previously on for this, right? Since we were just here. What's up? We're back. Let's see who comes back. Lady B's here. Robert Moore, Sven, Lyle's back. Nice video. I saw at least 33 at the premiere. That was awesome. Thank you. I hope you all went and supported the White Cloaks on our little break. Mr. Zip busting out that new what emoji. More to come there. What are we talking about this time? The same thing we talked about the other time. Let me get this posted back up in my community tab here. So sorry, I didn't get to eat. Everything went haywire, and here we are. We're back. So let me send the link out there again. What did everybody think of the episode 3 review on the White Cloaks? I thought it was wonderful. I think it moved a little bit, if I'm being honest. I don't know. What do you guys think? No, a little too much. All right, link is back up on the community tab. The what emoji is now out and ready for to be used as we will continue the discussion. What's up, Salty? Matt's back. Mr. Zip, I said. Gadfly is here. So in the community tab, the link is there again. Dave Z Dude, all hail Prophet of the Dragon. At least your character in the show knows how to wield a sword. That is effing right. Hell yes. Hell yes. Yanan is back. We lost Yanan's logo. Oh, there we go. It's back now. There it is. Matt is back. Dude, that's right. Massima was the best character. Wait, what happened to Rogers? Did he die? Like I couldn't. Like I was gonna put the game on in the background, and Issa came and just said, "No, I'm gonna play Mario." So I was like, "All right, I'll check it out later." Rogers is already dead. Did they kill? Did they damage him? Oh, that'd be funny. That'd be funny. Is that really what happened? Is he already injured? My God. Okay.
Isn't he like 50 or something? He's like older than Brady. I don't know.
I don't think that's true. The fact
It's
that he's
just football. Why are you so
he's
concerned?
damaged already. That'd be
The
hilarious.
foosball.
The foosball, yeah, man. So hey, welcome back, guys. I forgot where we even left off. Where do we leave off? Injured his ankle. Oh my God.
We were trying to talk each other off the edge.
He injured his ankle already. Sorry. So yeah, I didn't even share this out anywhere. I didn't eat anything, but yeah. So well, let's. I guess I don't know. Fuck it. I won't share it out. If you guys find it, you find it. Lyle's back. There we go. All right, we're almost back to the original crew. So I think Brian's gonna be joining us maybe later. He's crafting something as we speak. So yeah. So that's what I was gonna find the preview for episode 5, but. What anybody have anything hot on their mind about?
So I have one.
You go.
At first, he chimed in first.
Well, my biggest problem with this episode, the one we just watched, and the reason I got a headache from it, right? So Jordan is a master writer. You gotta keep that in mind, right? So he wrote Land Fear as Celine, and eventually as Land Fear, and her relationship with Rand. And, he told it in a simple way. There was a pretty complex psychological thing going on there. When you had the Forsaken, who was the most as beautiful as humanly possible to be woman, who was also extremely intelligent, very manipulative, using everything she had to get the man she wanted, so to speak. Like she felt like a clean shot after 3,000 years, right? Because he's not even tainted by being loose there anymore. And she wants the soul to be on me, And then you have Rand.
We don't even know if he's.
Well, I'm talking about. I'm giving the book version before I go what the show did.
Gotcha.
So then you have Rand in the book, and we all know it was one of the humor things here, where every time they encounter a woman, like Rand would go, "I wish Matt or Perrin were here. They know what to do with women," and they all three of them would do that in their head, right? So Rand resisted Celine not because he was like, this woman's trying to seduce me or whatever, but because he basically had no idea what was going on and was just being Rand, right? His own nature. And Celine is just being her own nature and not understanding why Rand isn't falling for her, right? So it's a very complex psychological thing that, in a lot of ways, both of them developed from as the book proceeded, Eventually, Lanfear's approach is, okay, he's not going to get one approach. I'll help him. I'll give him someone to teach him, so to speak. And then and
Well,
so on.
the relationship changes
Yeah,
as her advances get
yeah.
denied.
Until she gets to the point where book spoilers when I'll paraphrase it was like, you slept with who? Until that moment.
Yeah.
There's a psychological journey Lanfear is going on. So this episode utterly obliterated that entire construct Jordan had going on. Like completely,
Oh, yeah.
like how Kong stomped on the villagers in the original King
Well,
Kong movie. It just crushed
Do
it.
you really think that was episode 4 though? I feel like that happened immediately when Rand came on screen because they were already shacked up together.
But this is the one where he said he loves her. Remember that? Like Lanfear doesn't want to
Yeah.
sleep with.
Oh my!
Lanfear doesn't want to sleep with Luce Theron. She wants him to love her.
I
Remember?
just realized she's going to be the crazy ex now. Not because
Yeah.
she's the crazy ex, but it's because he said he loved her.
But then it's even worse though because he said he loved her,
Yes, it's
and
worse.
then he
Worse,
just
yeah.
went off with Moiraine for saying some contrived bullshit.
So wait a second.
She's
hold on a
evil,
second.
and he's like, okay, sure,
Hold
I've
on a
just been
second.
sleeping with her.
So wait, if he loves her, does that mean he needs to fuck off out of Carhian to protect her? Oh, sorry, my bad. Because he ran away from all his loved ones to
Yeah.
protect them, right? To protect them. So since he loves her, shouldn't he go to Camelin now and blow something up there? Oh, my bad.
Yeah,
Sorry.
and that's not even talking about how poorly developed that whole relationship was. We just come in pretty much at the tail end of it at the beginning of this season. We never learn how they met each other. We never learn anything. It's just
No, we learned nothing. I mean,
they're just
basically,
banging, and that's it.
yeah, they're just banging. Yeah, it's just like
And they expect us to care about this relationship. They expect us to care about Rand's struggles with this woman. They don't give you anything to think you should.
sorry.
The thing
My bad.
is I don't care about them having sex. It isn't the journey. Sex is it's good, it's fun, but it's not the end all be all that these people seem to think it is.
Well, this
And
is
it's
a soap
annoying.
opera. So, I said before, this is a soap opera. They're writing a soap opera, so there have to be sex between all different characters, even if they hate each other 2 episodes later or before. It's just the story. I mean, we know that. We were the only thing they're using from the books are the names of the people and the places. So.
Yep. Oh yeah, and
But
then they
to
try.
me-
Then they try to say that it's the whole. They tried to say they're doing some events, but giving them to different people, but the events don't match anything what they are. Sorry, go ahead.
To me, though, the bigger folly, and I kind of argued with someone, is the issue that they have made all of the male characters so far, especially Rand, a Gary Sue. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, he knows how to utilize a sword. When the fuck has he used a sword?
Wait, did you miss the scene where he was in the room with his imaginary friend Errol learning sword form? You missed it.
You
I
don't
wouldn't,
learn sword form to go one-on-one with a Fade that's kicking Lanzas, who's fought them for 25 fucking years.
But
I
wait,
wouldn't.
he didn't fight a fade. He just shot red goo at him. He didn't even fight him. He just shot red.
I
goo.
wouldn't call Rand's demonstration of swordplay as good.
Okay, it's not good, but he's obviously got the footwork or something. When did he learn footwork? When is he learning to dodge?
In his other show that he's filming.
Oh, the one that he's driving a car in?
I'm just throwing it out there. They learned in this one.
Wait, did I
Like,
miss a
that-
sword
that
fight
was
with
the
Rand
issue.
and a fade? Wait a second.
Yes.
When did I?
Celine
did I
wakes
He
him
gets
up
dis-
and
he
is
gets
like, "It's a
disarmed, I think,
fade,"
right?
and he pulls out his sword and he blocks the blade a couple times, and then he runs away from it and then burns it with fire.
I missed that. How did I sleep through that scene? I only saw the fire part. Wow, I really do need to watch it back. I freaking totally just phased out because I don't remember that. Wow.
To me,
I'm
it's
blocking things out.
I
So
called it a
Bella.
Gary Sue, and a bunch of people are like, "Well, all the characters are Gary Sue's in Jordan's works," and it's like, no, they all practice. Every single character practices for what they
character.
gain.
Yeah, everyone.
Well,
even
nobody.
Or
Yeah,
they get
go ahead.
upgraded by memory downloads. Either way, it's explained.
Nobody loses anything in any of these books, right? They all just it's all winning all the time. Nobody loses, right?
For the women.
Well, there's only one thing in the books that always annoyed me. I will say this was how overpowered as an army the Aiel is. They are so overpowered as an army. I mean, it annoys me at times.
Did you
Why
read?
does it annoy you? I love that.
Even the Aiel lose still though.
Did you
The
read?
Aiel still aren't. Yeah, there's still counters to the Aiel though.
Yeah,
Like-
The
Hey,
beginning of
I'm just
Edward
saying,
cuts the Shadow's ass.
the reason the Aiel were so terrifying in the books is because they were in the hundreds of thousands when most armies were still used to 10,000 being a large army. In the first book, it's mentioned that a large contingent of Andor's army went with the Aes Sedai to capture Logain, and that was like 10,000 people at most. I think it was like 5 maybe.
It's not a criticism. It's just a pet peeve of mine.
Well,
Every time I'm into book 7, I got through Lord of Chaos. I'm reading book 7. I never feel like when the Aiel go into battle, at least up to this point, maybe it changes in later books, but I never feel like there's a chance the Aiel could ever lose a fight because they are just so much better than every army they come up against.
the
Maybe
only,
I'm wrong.
the
They just
only
got the
armies
nice
that are as highly trained as Aiel, in my opinion, are the Borderlanders because they're constantly fighting the Trollocs.
Yeah.
The Shan-Chan are also pretty high tier, but that's because they have a
If
lot
you
of
take
weird
away the
stuff.
Sul'dam and all that, they don't see. I mean,
Their generals are good, but
Yeah.
their individual fighters
But,
aren't any better than
I have a question.
The
Westland.
Emperor Victoria's army. What are you talking about? The Sean Chen would kick the shit out of just about everyone ever in Randland.
They
Always.
ride on pterodactyls. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
I have a question
They're
for Lyle.
fine.
Lyle.
They're the only organized fighting force in the entire world.
Yeah, it would be a spoiler for Ian. I not pronouncing your name right. Sorry.
Like I said, I'm only through book 6, so
Yeah.
Well, you just saw the
things
oil
probably
get destroyed
change
at
later.
Doom as well, then, Lyle. You just saw them get destroyed at Doom as well, Senior.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
They got slaughtered.
true.
So what, Aldan? Since what are your feelings
G'day,
about
lads.
the Silk Force, or what's up? Since we
What do
we
I
didn't
think
get
of
your-
episode
Yeah.
4, mate? I had to stop watching it when the Min bullshit happened, and I did come back and watch it again later. There's not much to say. There's not much to say, really. There's not much good to say. I mean, we're just continuing with the deconstruction of Land Mandragoran,
Yeah,
which is
Jesus.
that's what it is. It is a deconstruction, and it's heartbreaking to see it. Especially continue. So we're halfway through this season now, and so to think that we've got Rand who needs to learn how to use a sword by the end of the next 4 episodes, and we've got the best swordsman in the entire Randland sitting on his ass crying to himself at Alana's
my God.
farm.
Wow.
Fuck's sake. It's just impossible to believe that you could come up with this. Like it's extraordinary. And then to see Min, and it really did top it off. Like I don't hate the parent stuff. I think you guys were saying this before. I agree with a lot of you. I don't mind what they're doing with the wolf stuff. It is confusing because they've added in the sniffer crap. I think they shot themselves in the foot there. But even the actor for Perrin, he's improved a lot in my opinion this season. So that's all good. That's the only thing holding it together at this stage for me. Plus the girls are roughly what they should be, roughly. But when the Min Dark Friend thing happened, mate, I couldn't.
The Min Dark Friend stuff is just ridiculous. I mean, I don't
believe it.
Oh no, it's gonna get worse, guys. It's gonna get
I
worse.
know it's gonna get worse.
They're gonna have Hart outsmart him.
and I don't know that
Him
maybe
Why are they even doing the Dark Friend stuff with men? I don't get it.
She needs
Well-
something to do.
It's good that you don't get it because there's no point of understanding what they're. It's like,
because she's
They've
the best
taken
girl.
away everything Matt's supposed to do, so they need to give that plotline something, since they won't let Matt do anything.
Yeah, I think it's worse than that. Honestly, like
Oh my god!
Minnie's the best girl in Randland. Minnie's the best girl. She's the one that always has Rand's back. She's the one that's there. She's like literally, she's the best girl. Minnie's
She's
the
his
best girl.
rock in a hard place.
Yeah,
Oh, Rand would have gone long crazy without Min. Like,
Yeah.
100%. Everything else could have happened, but without Min, the world
Min holds
burns
them
anyway.
together. Yeah.
That's a fact.
Imagine-
Chip, what's up?
So
Fufu, what's going on?
Hey,
How
I
are
wanted
you?
to-
I'm
Trip up.
good. I had to jump in
Hello.
here and fight all this toxic masculinity that's going on here.
Wow.
You know,
Hey, you know
we-
what?
Oh, sorry.
You know
go
what,
ahead.
Trip? You know what, Trip? It's a good thing you say that. I just forced my wife to make me a meal after chaining her in the kitchen. So you definitely come in here and fight us. I'm joking.
Well, as long as you reward her properly, you're okay.
Yanon, what's up? What were you gonna say, man?
So I wanted to touch back on that comment that you highlighted. The one about the problem with all fantasy is it suffers when you introduce magic into armies.
This one right
And
here.
the thing, yeah, this one. The issue with this comment is Jordan wrote in a valid way the magic works, and that is through their physical exhaustion. They can only go so long, and then they have nothing left. So they're like, they would be like the artillery in a modern day army. They're used to cover retreats, they're used to cover advances. And they can't really do much else because if you've wasted them, then you don't have them when you need them.
Yeah,
If that makes sense.
that's actually how.
All right, I retract what I said. I retract it.
Go ahead, Chris.
That's actually, and that's to Yazan's point. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. That's how Jordan used them in the books. I mean, yeah, he used specialty weaves and stuff, and could really lay out the artillery fire when you needed it. But they were healers, supports, and artillery, and then you had the warders and fighters be the front line.
Yeah, because if we think back to I don't know how many have read The Last Battle or whatever, but in that sequence,
we have someone who's only in book 7, so be careful.
I'm not gonna spoil it. In that sequence, it comes down to a lot of the what you could call normies. The normies are the ones who win that fight.
That's correct.
Yes.
Well, to avoid spoilers, we can talk more. Like we'll go to something I'm sure everyone knows: the Battle of Minas Tirith in Lord of the Rings. The one thing Gandalf did there was, for people don't realize what's going on in the background, Sauron was basically trying to push his presence in the unseen world, his shadow, over the whole of Middle Earth. And Gandalf, literally being in Minas Tirith, stopped him from doing that, which helped Minas Tirith resist. So that was cancellation, allowing the physical to, the author put something in place. You know what I mean?
I totally thought you were going to say to avoid spoilers, let's talk about the show. Because that would have been completely accurate as well. Because
I wanted a good example, and to lead to the other point I want to make is Jordan, like J.R. Tolkien and his son Christopher, was in the military, knew how militaries worked, and in both their cases knew how the war worked, because Tolkien was World War I, Christopher was World War II, and Jordan was Vietnam, and they were capable of making a system where they knew they had to not just have overwhelming, like the one. Can't even tell it's a total spoiler, so I can't mention that. You know what I mean? Like he knew how to balance it. You know.
Yeah. Well,
I didn't mean to lead us down this route, guys. My bad.
No, you're fine. It's all good. It's no big deal. So I think. Go ahead.
No, sorry, Steve. I was just going to say.
Go, please.
I have a question that stems from season 1. I was watching Sword and Pen, and something suddenly occurred to me. So, what is Rand going to do now that Moiraine has drug him off, right? After quote unquote killing Lanfear, what is he going to do when he finds out that Moiraine sicked Leandrin on Matt?
We're not going to do anything.
Just
do anything.
Well,
Not
I
a fan.
kind of, I
It's
know,
never
but
going to be
yet,
brought up.
I would like to see that. I think that would be great. Well, he got mad that she, pulled Lanfear off of him.
Well,
Oh,
with
maybe they'll use that to like show his madness and like he'll take it a step too far finally. But like they haven't shown anything. He's just angry person all the time anyway. He doesn't care about anyone.
He's mad or sex. That's it. Mad or sexy time. Mad
Because
sex.
like
Mad sex.
you
That's
you
it.
brought up Amber's most recent video, and she was talking about how none of the Emmons Field 5 actually care about each other, and you can actually see that
They pretend
because
to.
Nynaeve detests the fact that Perrin loves Egwene. Perrin detests Rand for loving Egwene. Egwene just detests Nynaeve because she's stronger, and none of them give a rat's fuck about Matt. And he doesn't
It's
care
high
about any of
school
them.
BS. It's high school BS.
To address Tripp's point, what they could do with Rand finding out about Matt, because a lot of people thought they had cast the woman for Elida as Cat Swain,
Right.
and what they, since they're probably not going to do Cat Swain, they could give.
They have
Moiraine-
mentioned Ed Swain in episode 3
Yeah.
and
Well,
4.
Yeah,
well,
but I doubt they would do it because they're not going to kill Moiraine. So
He's got a point there because Cadsuane is Cadsuane is sort of well, not sort of, but yeah. Continue.
And give Moiraine the Catherine treatment of later books where Rand has enough of her.
I mean, it could be possible that that's why they cast her as Elida because they have no business or they have no plans on bringing Cadsuane, or hopefully they don't even get that far. But I mean, yeah. So that's a big possibility. I think the biggest thing the whole Min thing is just ridiculous. But I think the even worse part on top of everything else is the fact that she didn't even go to the Shadow. She is just Dark Friend because she was working with Leandrin. She's not. She hasn't sworn any oaths to the Shadow. She hasn't gone to the Dark. She is just part of the Dark Ones. She is now a Dark Friend because Leandrin told her she could do something for her if she did something for her, and now she's Dark Friend because now
So she can have a change.
like, guilty by association. Now
I guess
that,
you could argue that guilty by association because, like, think about what's his name, the questioner. I'm blanking.
Jacob Carradine.
Yeah, he uses the White Cloaks to ultimately fulfill his goal. Like, think of book 2 when he has Bornhold burning the villages.
Sure, but that's him manipulating them. That's not Ishmael sitting down with Dane Bornhold and going, "Hey, you want your dad to be alive? Just kill all those Aiel people, and I'll make your dad alive."
Well, have you pondered the fact that, okay, so what is Ishi's motivation in the show, right, of getting Matt and Rand together or getting Matt to Kyrian? So have you pondered the fact that, you know what, maybe Matt does blow the horn, but maybe he blows it for the Dark Friend side?
They're
Because the hero doesn't matter.
Because it's canon. It's in book canon. That would be such a. I'm not saying they won't do a trip because they're retarded ass, but
yeah, I'm not talking book canon now, Dan.
Yeah, I know, but it is confirmed. That is confirmed in one of the last books that it wouldn't have worked anyway. I know that they were going on about that.
I thought it was confirmed that it could work.
Shit.
Yeah,
I thought Hawkwind came out and literally said.
No, he said the opposite. Oh, hang on, we can't spoil. Hang on, no spoil. No shit.
Yeah, but we're just
really
talking about
spoiler to
lore
talk
of
about.
of what Heroes of the Horn are, but it does kind of make you wonder. And I did see somewhere a theory that Ishi gets the dagger and gives it back to Matt.
Yeah, I think that's
to twist him again.
Fane gives up the dagger. Yeah, Jesus. Fane has been so destroyed from just not being on screen. Like,
okay,
it's
so
ridiculous.
I'm not defending the show, but from the point of view of wanting to screw Matt up even more, which is something that Ishmael might actually want to do, giving him the dagger back could theoretically work for that. You know.
Yeah.
Because
No,
the dagger,
Well,
the dagger
we've
is not
already
part
got
of
Min's
the
vision.
Why would Ishmael know what the dagger is? Why would he care? Why does anything
The
like?
dagger doesn't
But-
work
Well, that's
anyways.
a different issue.
Also, let's remember something else. The evil of the dagger, even the Forsaken, the darkness, they're afraid of the evil of the dagger. They're afraid of the evil in Shadow Logoth. They would never, Ishmael would never go near the dagger. They're afraid of it.
He's not going to be
What,
afraid
what
of
I
it.
think they're gonna do, what I think they're gonna do is Matt's gonna blow the horn, but they're gonna have Min like have to like convince him to do it.
Yeah, it could be something like that. That's very
By the way,
possible.
I have a Matt prediction, by the way. So at some point, Matt's going to start hearing the dice in his head, and that means we're going to see Matt and this walking on a little pair of yellow fuzzy dice by his head at all times.
Oh God, I don't even want to hear that.
Why
KR,
can't it
KRS
just be a
is confirming
sound
what
cue?
Aldan said about they wouldn't have showed up for the shadow. So, boom, any
Yeah.
naysayers to Aldan's will.
Well, even if they wouldn't have shown up, wouldn't it have still tied the horn to the
I'm
blower?
going to go to Jordan's thing and see what Jordan.
I don't know. It's look.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter.
They wouldn't have been able
Not
to act because they need the dragon banner to act, right?
But guys, do you think the show cares about that? They really don't.
No.
Of course not.
No, they don't. They care about drama and drama.
They
and
care about their
soap
avatar
opera
magic
bullshit.
too, where the magic comes from the
Oh,
environment rather than from within.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
cannot make any predictions about what the show is going to do or where it's going because
Yeah, I know. I know.
it doesn't have a damn thing to do with the books anymore. It's just
Well, we were making fun of again. Just stop trying to make rules or explain stuff. So it's like we're in this weird place where it's like we don't want them to explain stuff because when they explain stuff, they break even more stuff. So it's like they're trying to teach people how to channel, right? And they're saying pull all the elements out of the wall. It's like, well, wouldn't that weaken the wall? It's like, well, don't think about that. Okay, well now where did Rand pull the fire out to fireball the fade? Did out of
His
out of her
campfire.
loin?
They had a campfire going.
Oh,
it was
okay.
his
I thought it was
passion,
I
the
thought- yeah,
passion
see, that-
of his
see,
love
see,
for
see,
Landfear.
Fufu
Stop
gets
it.
me right. That's exactly what I was gonna say. Was that the burning of his loins that he used to fireball? Because this shit is that like they keep doing this shit where they just start channeling stuff. It's like channel water. It's like, well, remember she said you could take the water from the air. It's like, then why even just why stop? Just
Magic only works when it has limitations, and they don't seem to understand that. And it just kind of is super annoying because
well, look, they heard it. They heard it from The Witcher when they're talking about chaos having to pull life from something to be, and they said, you know what? That sounds great. We're gonna do that with channeling instead of just not doing it. Like, just don't do it. You don't have to do it. But she had to talk about a vagina in her mind. That's why we did it. It's the weirdest freaking thing. We had to clean shit water with a vagina. That's what we did.
It's
like-
pink supple flower.
Oh my God.
But that's what we did. Jay Rambles, thanks for becoming a Dragon Sword, buddy. Appreciate it. It's madness. It is madness. But I have the preview for episode 5 up. I have not seen. Was this at the end of the episode? See, I am having a lot of
Yes.
trouble remembering most of episode 4 here. I'm gonna have to rewatch it, unfortunately, because like
it
I-
was so
I'll
hard
tell
to
myself.
watch. I
It was hard
like
to watch.
blanked out most of it.
like
That
you
was
guys
the
are
hardest.
talking-
That
Go
was the
ahead,
hardest one to watch for sure, man. That was the
like you were
hardest one to
talking
watch.
about. You're talking about Rand using a sword. It's like, wait, Rand used a sword? I don't.
Well, yeah,
I don't
it's
remember
also
that.
how the sword ended up on the ground. Is he dropped it like a complete, like
You can't
fresh
use
off
it.
the rocks green noob,
Yeah.
I
and
sent
it,
you the
he
wrong
didn't pick
link.
it up.
Oh my god, hold on. I sent
What
the
a
recording on the
disarm.
wrong link. Hold on. How did I do that, man? Sorry, buddy.
So what's
How did I
this?
do
This
that?
is the and is this the preview? Okay, I haven't seen this, so let's watch it.
This is the preview for
He's
episode 5.
lying, Brian. He meant to do that.
Yeah, you know me. I'm sorry. I'm just an idiot, Trip. I'm just an idiot. That's not, come on. I'm just an
I'm
idiot.
just here to cause trouble. You know
I
that.
haven't shared it back. We got 33 watches still. That's crazy. You guys are okay. Here we go. Ready? They're run. Thank God they're running through another dark forest. By the way, does anybody else think it's stupid that they didn't cut her head off and burn her?
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yes.
That makes no sense, but that's okay. It makes no sense for Moiraine to be stabbing him in the first place.
So, well, I have a question.
The
for
issue with that is, and it kind of touches in spoiler territories, but it destroys somebody's book 14 major arc.
Chris, what were you gonna say?
Do we think that the true source will be
Used?
well, it's already been used in the show, but I'm saying, will it be its own weaving power, or will it just be a power that keeps the Forsaken from dying?
Wait, you mean the
There's
true
gonna be,
power?
like, generic
True
dark
power.
magic in the show.
Wait, the true power has been used?
Yes,
Yeah,
Yeah, she
Saw.
has, like, the
Use it
saw
to
in front
resurrect.
of her.
When was it used?
I don't think that's the true
So-
power.
Yeah,
in,
it is.
In,
It
in the
is.
episode, when
Yeah.
she's like dead, it has
Wait,
Saw
why the
float
hell is
over her
Lanfear
eyes.
using the true power?
Oh, because
I mean, she's
Because
healing
apparently
herself.
she's
Well,
racist.
they had to resurrect her somehow, didn't they? They had to have their little doxocene surprise, after.
wait. I
And
It
heard,
could also
okay.
be. I mean, look, I'm not
I
trying to like.
really, hold on. I gotta watch the episode again because I heard you guys, because there was so much tribulation getting the show to even start that it put me. So I heard you guys in the hand Discord talking about it. So she has Saw in her eyes. Is that?
Yeah.
Is that?
Yes.
Yes.
You can
Yes.
see them
Yep.
go in front when she
So not-
resurrects herself.
So you're
Did-
telling me not only did she use it, she's used it enough that she has Saw?
well,
Oh,
it came to.
Yes.
No, they've changed the mechanics of it. So, like, after she
Of course.
uses it, the star pops up. So, yeah.
Did
Or
I
the-
not
or the
DM
dark
you
one.
those screenshots, Steve? I probably can.
You may have.
If
Also,
I can
Saw-
find them. I don't
Also,
honestly
Saw-
remember.
Go
if I
ahead,
said
Staple.
it or not.
Staple was
Yeah.
trying to talk. Go ahead, buddy.
The Saw don't mean anything to show only people because they didn't establish them with the Shamael because they just made it so his fire eyes were like an illusion he was doing. So they might just
Oh,
it's just
I
fan service, I guess.
That the Saw, a viewer would watch that and be like, "Oh, this black thing is basically Wolverine powers," and so that's what they will now perceive when they see that.
I just want to. Okay, I'm just gonna forget you guys said any of that shit. All right, here we go. There's the used car salesman in his funky ass outfit again.
Does he have more scenes in Rand by at this point?
No, Rand's in the show a lot, just not doing anything except for plowing Lanfear. That's it.
I
Where are you
didn't say
watching
time,
this?
I meant- I meant scenes, like definable scenes.
Jay Rambles in the community tab. There's a link.
He looks like he should be carrying like a shoulder holster.
What is with that clothes? I understand him when he's bound, looking.
Also,
like
where's his badge? Because he's like a Western Marshal about to.
He's the sheriff. There's a new
Yeah.
sheriff in town. Yeah. All right. Jesus Christ. Award-winning costumes, guys. I hate Amazon's player, by the way.
Yeah.
What
What
the
the
fuck?
fuck is
What
that?
the hell is
As a whip
that?
to lash. She was using it as a whip to make. Is that
So what?
Lanfear?
So what element is she pulling out of the air to make the
Wait,
whip?
so
Is she
is-
using
It would
that
be
Lanfear?
air.
This
Is
is
that
the stupidest.
Lanfear?
That's Lanfear.
Why is
I love
she
how
just
it's so
traveling?
dark you can't
She would
tell.
just travel. Why are she is the one person that you could show teleporting around and it would be okay. But yet they have fucking Moiraine teleporting around.
Why is she whipping
You
force
took
with
the
one
West
power,
Western
guys?
stuff, alright.
Why is she whipping? What is happening? All right. Well,
Well, she's
on.
evil, so she's got the animal abuse there.
Holy crap! Who was that? That was? Hold on. Was that Tarvalin again? Or is that Shadow Logoth? It's Tarvalin. I'm just kidding. But who is that in Tarvalin now?
I can't see shit, to be honest.
I don't even know who that is, or why they're going there.
Uh,
Still.
No, I don't know where that is.
It's Tarvalin. It's
You
100%
sure?
Tarvalin.
Is
Because
it
you got
Tarval?
the guards are wearing the
Oh, the
outfit
white shit. Yeah.
from Troy.
Oh,
That's the
Yep.
front entrance to Tarvalin. Yeah. Unless they use the same front gate
Just
for
another Leandrin
Carrie.
scene.
Then who is that?
It's probably
knows?
Leandrin wearing a cape, hiding the girls under a cloak.
she
No,
shouldn't be returning.
Dude, so the tower guards are the ones that are wearing Hector's breastplate all over the place from Troy. You can see it right there. I can still see the little bump on the breastplate there.
At
The
least they
only
look
ones
like
that I
men.
could see returning to the tower would be like either Varen or maybe Lan.
Yeah, maybe it is Varen. Whatever. Okay. That could be Lan on Mandarb. That probably is Lan with Mandarb because he's gonna chase down Nynaeve, right? Yeah, maybe. It's minute mad just like a horse. He's in
They merged Matt with Pips.
I hope that's true. That would be amazing. I would take that off.
Oh,
That would...
Matt takes the hat off. He's like, I wanted to be the bag. He's like,
Oh no,
"Bitch."
Matt would be the arse end of the horse, mate. Let's not get
Yeah,
shit
you're
twisted.
probably right. You're probably right. Oh, thank God.
They're in
we're
the ways.
wave.
Yeah.
Thank God. The shitty ways.
They better look out for Mosh and Shin to make sure he doesn't say some mean
The-
words at
like-
them.
Who is that?
So
though?
based
Who-
off the description of the
man.
ways, why do
Okay.
they have all of these columns in
Because
pillar
they thought it
these?
looked cool.
I thought it was great. Yeah.
They thought it
I
looked
thought it
cool.
was
That's
amazing.
it. They just thought it looked cool.
It's
That's all.
phallic
'Cause-
like penises.
Like I get it, it's supposed to be corrupted, but I always envisioned it as like what you would picture like a pasture, but it's just dark and there's actually no grass.
Yeah, they both did.
Let me see if hold on a sec. Let me have the link to the community tab. Let me see if I can find it. Just give me a second. Sorry. Proceed. Oh damn. Okay, here it is. Let me see. Community tab. Oh,
But
you know what?
I
should
also
just-
seriously thought they weren't going to show any of this. They were just going to basically open with her walking out with the girls. You know, just cut the whole travel out.
This will be a scene of her like showing regret for what she's doing or something.
Also, oh, the
By
third
the
one.
way, Nertorial, you should have a new link in Discord. I sent it to you, buddy. Sorry.
It's Hubert.
Why is Nynaeve separate from the other two?
Because she's special.
Because she's more powerful. She's trying to,
She's
you
the
know.
most powerful channeler in 10,000 years.
And Jay, I sent you the link through Discord, dude. If you can't get to the community tab,
how
so
are they still
Sorry, go ahead.
asleep?
because she killed them. They're dead. Oh, sorry, my bad. Sorry, wait, sorry. Oops. Sorry,
Well,
physics.
maybe she's so strong in the one power that she can lift them and float them.
She killed them. That's all.
We
She's
will-
gonna resurrect them.
Oh, we didn't have
She
She
She's
rubs
gonna
them
resurrect-
every time they wake up.
I mean, they could introduce fork root here if they were smart.
Oh,
Yeah, but if they were smart, they would have used that in the previous episode.
If
Nah,
if
she
they were
just killed
smart, we wouldn't be watching the shows.
There you go.
Well, you are wrong, but
Okay,
Yeah.
let me get. Sorry. Okay, so I think I've got that all sorted. Here we go. All right, continuing. The 3-day girls. She's just
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
You
crying.
guys are right. Yeah, she's crying. She's conflicted. She's like, I really don't want to do this.
My son, I have to heal my son.
Why?
It's the only way I can heal my son, bitch. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Is Loyal there because he's an Ogier and they're like your respected gardener?
Yes.
Yeah.
Even though they had the Shan-Chan like roping him up and stuff in episode 2.
Yeah, I was like, what are they writing here? Like they should know what an Ogier is. You know what they should know. It's like,
Why is Ishmael here?
Also, why is he shorter than Ishamael?
I can't wait for
I
her
think
to
he's
stab
hunched
somebody in
over.
the throat with
he's
those
not on his
nails.
stilts. He's normally on stilts.
I can't wait.
Because they took his platform shoes away.
I can't wait for them to get stabbed in the throat with the
So,
Yeah.
serious question: isn't the actor for Gimli like 6'3"?
Yep.
So, if they can turn a 6'3" guy into a dwarf in the early 2000s, why can't they make somebody look just a little bit taller in 2023?
Because Rafe
That would require-
Judkins is no Peter Jackson.
Hey, how you doing, Jay? Glad you found the link, buddy. How you doing, buddy? Thanks for becoming a member, by the way. All right. It's 20, man. So I can't wait for her to stab somebody in the throat with her nails. I'm looking so forward to it. All right, here we go. Why do half the people look like they have shit?
Wait, go back
in
to
their
his forehead,
nose?
please. Let me see his forehead again.
Is it just me, or does it always? Why does everybody look like they have shit stuffed in their mouth? Leanne's the same way. Like, why is it? Is that the only? Am I the only one that feels that way?
Why is he
Well,
He
that's
has scarring
Stargate.
on his head.
Stargate.
Why?
The
He's a
Jaffa.
Goa'uld. He's
The
a
Jaffa.
Jaffa. There you go. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
a
Jaffa.
Jaffa. It's a Teal'c.
They've all been
Teal'c's
drinking
Teal'c's cousin Turok. Sorry, I'm sorry. I'm taking a piss. All right, here we go. What is on his shoulders too? By the way, how does he sword fight with all this crap?
He
On his-
can't. He has zero mobility. He can't actually grip a sword. Like, he's literally useless.
Well, he
Waffle
doesn't
fire.
have that on.
Laugh themselves to death. Makes them
Oh,
laugh
shit,
to
they
death.
laugh themselves to death. I love it.
Also, here's
Oh,
fake
yeah.
Gaul.
What is this? This is okay. Hold on. Let me listen to this, please. This sounds like a bunch of bullshit. Okay, here we go. Hold on. Last person that how long a sentence is this? Here we go.
We actually can't hear anything.
I can't hear it at all. I'm gonna have to
It's
turn it
the
way up.
last person who approached her cage almost got their arm ripped off.
Here, I'll put
Something
the
like
closed
that.
captioning on. There you go. 'Cause if I turn it all the way up, Amazon's players suck. So I'll go deaf. Here we go. Why has he got a freaking thing in his ear too? What is this?
It's
Whatever.
his Bluetooth earpiece to get his
I'm so
lines.
all the
Stay tuned.
bullshit ear crap in this show. Like,
How is the author on Mier supposed to feel special?
I don't think they're gonna do that.
the
But they already
last
had an
person
author on Mier on
Sure,
episode
Kate.
5.
So they've completely eliminated a male character and replaced him with a female
So
character.
that was actually said by Gaul, wasn't it? Didn't he say something similar?
Well, God, they're alluding that she broke their hand for touching the cage.
If there's no more Gaul.
This is
The Gaul-
And who's saying that sentence? I think it said Dane Boneholt saying that sentence. So
It sure sounds like Dane
Oh,
is saying
is
that
it?
to you.
Okay, I actually
Karen.
can't hear the audio, so I'm just going off the words.
It's Dane.
Oh, there it is. Yeah.
Dane is talking to Perrin about her. So here we go. Dude, there's one? How many? Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's at least 10. There's 10 white cloaks. 9 white cloaks.
Yeah,
Is it 10?
there's 10. It's
There's
10.
10 white cloaks. She's gonna dispatch of 10 white cloaks.
Perrin will get one accidentally.
I doubt it. Accidentally. Accidentally.
They're also really close. Like, they are streaming in. Because
Is
isn't
there
that the
more?
reason
what kind of
Gaul...
line is that?
Like, I thought the reason Gaul succeeded in the books is because they weren't all grouped together. They were coming
Correct.
in ones and twos.
They tried
But
to
having
sneak
them
out.
all like this...
Yeah, they tried to sneak out. They're cornered and they're dead. Again. Oh, actually, there's 11. There's another one right here.
Oh, that's probably Dane.
There's another one right there. So there's 11 white cloaks. And you're right. Because Perrin freed him on the down low. And they tried to sneak out. And they didn't make it.
And one of
Because
the white cloaks
Rurouni Kenshin brings this up. He's like, whenever you're fighting against multiple opponents, you run away
Yep.
and you cut them when you can.
So if Avi is taking Gal's place,
Yeah, she.
are Bane and is it Chiad?
They've been
Chiad?
cast, but they're here as well. True.
Are they going to be a throuple now?
Yeah, of course. Yes.
Probably
100%.
because they were three best friends in the books. They were obviously all fucking.
Yeah, 100%. I don't even know why you have to ask, Fufu. I mean, come on.
Well, because you guys haven't brought it up. That's
Well,
why. And I'm here to
Hadn't
cause
thought of it.
trouble
That's
and
why.
make
Hey,
you feel
hey, did anyone else cringe when she said that line? Do you like to dance?
Yes.
That is such a cringe line. What Aiel says that?
They don't.
taunt
They-
it
they
at
dance the spears or
the
something.
fade.
They wouldn't
Do
just-
you know where they borrowed that from? Naruto, Madara Uchiha. That was his line.
No, one of the maidens says that to Perrin. Like, that's
Yeah,
like,
they say it,
one of
but
the maidens say that to Perrin.
it's more the way she's talking that's just like, okay, just talk normal. Stop with the try hard accent. Just talk.
Yeah.
Like, I'm tired of the try hard accents. Just talk. Just talk. Just talk. Flippy kicks. I am so ready for the flippy kicks. And that's it. Are you guys ready?
This is definitely gonna be the funniest scene in the show.
How is that supposed to excite people? More
I
action
just
that doesn't
hate
have
it.
context outside of unless you read the books.
And by the way, Steve, I did send you that screenshot
the
that you're
song?
pretending does not exist.
I'm going to continue to pretend it doesn't exist. Here, I'll find it.
Okay.
And real quick, so since Jay said he has a voice to talk thing, so I'll read out his theory because he wanted to talk about it real quick while I'm finding this. But so, guys, my theory is Leandrin is going to take Alvierin's role. It makes sense because of the ridiculous amount of screen time. I don't think they're going to really do something idiotic like make Leandrin a redeemable villain, but I could be wrong. Trip might agree with me. So I get what you're saying, and I think I talked about it previously, but I get just screen time wise, giving her something to do wise. I get what you're saying, but for me, the massive there is no reason for her son to exist other than to redeem her.
The
in my
other
opinion.
issue is you can't make redeemable dark friends. Like, there is one, and she's an exception to the rule. She proves there's a rule in the first place. And
Yeah.
to trivialize that by making more, if it's off-putting.
Well, I know it's at least spoken before the show came out that a lot of people were hoping at least one of the Forsaken would be redeemed by the end. But
No.
I agree, but it was a idea that a lot of fans, because the whole idea.
Wait, who said they wanted a Forsaken? It's a Forsaken. They've been evil for
That's just the
frickin'.
Asmodean fanboys.
It's just
alright?
misunderstood, Steve.
Actually, it was.
Okay,
Well, like,
to be
lives matter
fair,
as well, mate.
Asmodean is
It's not
probably the most redeemable of the Forsaken.
Landfield's
Did he murder his mother though?
Brandon Sanderson makes a good point about this. The one Forsaken who could be not redeemed per se, but broken away from the Dark One and have her own fate, so to speak, is Lanfear. And this show just ruined that.
Well,
Wait, what?
Well, Lanfear's motivation, unlike the other Forsaken, her motivation isn't to serve the Dark One and become the Bliss. Her motivation is greed, personal self-interest. Whereas the other ones want the power of Niblis, like she doesn't want. She just wants to do her own thing forever with no consequences. She's totally self-interested.
So how is she redeemable?
Well, not in the sense of becoming good, but in the sense of not becoming a servant of the Dark One forever type of thing. You know?
Okay,
Well,
so
I
considering
agree.
being more
We
death.
also got to acknowledge the other motivation then. Because Semirog's motivation is she wants to basically progress science, and she doesn't want to have the stoppages that society places on it. So if society got rid of all the rules, then would Semirog be redeemable?
Well, I thought she still wanted to be like Niblis and rule and all that stuff. My impression. Lanfear
Her
could care
big-
less. She could be immortal. You know.
Samael's
Okay,
also
Lan-
not really interested in power. He just wants everyone to die.
Well, I don't think Lanfear is redeemable. I think, yes, she could be broken off separated from the pack, because she really is kind of already separated from the pack. She just does her own thing, but she's not redeemable. No, she would
Look,
rather just take LTT and, own
so
him forever. That's pretty much all she wants.
so
But
I feel like
Asmo might be
He might.
redeemable, but you'd never be able to trust him because he's just,
so
it's all about him.
so
Yeah, but he
so
was starting to turn towards the end, Asmo.
I agree. So they have done so much fucked up shit. I agree with Salty. There's no, they may they're done. Like the amount of people they have killed, no. Like you could be like, oh, I'm a good. No, I'm sorry. It's not like Ingtar where he made a mistake and like he did it. He had no.
Well, okay,
Like
but
if we're talking
okay,
about like attitude change, sure,
but
you're not redeemed. You've killed
but remember,
thousands of people. No, I don't
remember
care
the
that you
meta.
want to be a magician. I don't give a flying fuck. That the only reason you did was to play the eternal song of bullshit. You've killed so many people. You are fucked.
I'm pretty
That's
sure
it.
Asmo killed his own mom.
Yeah, but remember,
Yeah. So I mean,
there's-
like, so what are we talking about, right? I mean, it's like I get what you're
What I
saying.
mean
Like,
by
what
redeemable,
the least abhorrent reason for turning to the shadow is Asmodean because he wanted to play music forever, and it wasn't for power. Then fine, but
okay, to me though, what would make somebody redeemable is having actual penitent, like being penitent of heart. Like they actually like feel guilt. They feel like it's not to say that they get any rewards for being penitent. They get all of the punishment, but they've accepted the punishment while being penitent.
So
But-
that
okay.
counts Lamphia out. That is not
it
possible.
counts Asmodean out too. While he's
Counts them
trying to
all
just-
out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
counts them
That's
all out.
not-
They will never expect. They may go, oh, I like the light again, but they will never accept punishment for their actions. Not a single
But
one.
hey,
that's
but
not the
guys,
benefit.
does anyone doubt this show would be stupid enough to give a redemption to one of the Forsaken?
I have a
They
feeling
would be
they're gonna-
stupid enough to do it.
100%. They've already made him
So-
into independent villains.
The redemption cycle in the book, right, is not redeeming in your lifetime. When you're bound to the Dark One, the Forsaken, he keeps respawning them as Forsaken with their souls again and again. Whereas when you're severed from him, even if you're evil, you get a clean slate in your next lifetime. You have the same soul, but the personality, memory are all gone. That's right from Jordan. So
It is. You aren't wrong. Also, the only two people that were redeemed Dark Friends were both penitent. Like Ingtar, at the moment that he chose to sacrifice himself, he is penitent of heart. Like he regrets his decisions, but he's like, I will make this right before I go.
Yeah. Hey, guys. Can I ask one? Let me ask a question to kind of get us back on the show.
1 second.
Has
1 second.
anything happened in this show through 4 episodes? Is it just
Hold
me, or does it feel like nothing has happened? I mean,
Wow.
nothing.
Wow, Staplebo's got to head off, man. Thanks for hopping in, Staplebo.
yeah, I'm
as
gonna
always.
drop out too, Steve. So I'll
Okay.
keep watching, but I gotta do some stuff in real life. So
All right, thanks. Any parting words?
don't stroke over this show. That's all I'll
There
say.
you go. Staplebo, what you got?
Yeah.
minute.
I'll just say what Matt said. Yeah.
Okay. All right, guys. Thanks.
Bye, guys.
So what did you ask, Lyle? Has nothing. Has anything
This
happened?
show, nothing has happened in this show. 4 episodes of nothing. I mean, honestly, not a thing has happened.
I'm going to push back on that. I think things have happened. I think that they've deconstructed land. I think that they've ripped all of Matt's agency away so far from leaving the Tarvalon.
Let me rephrase.
They've corrupted men into a dark
Let
friend.
me rephrase.
Done heaps
When
of
I
shit.
say nothing,
Really bad.
I mean nothing of substance. Nothing of substance has happened.
I'll give the accepted test. They've done 9 Eve's accepted test, all right? So that is something that they've done, which is a good thing that they've done. They might not have done it well, but they did.
So I think some
Thank
things,
you
though-
for qualifying that.
so I think it's. I get what Lyle's saying, but everything it's being done like clunkily and just like weird. Like I don't
It's all
feel like
member berries, the stuff they do.
Right.
It's like, remember when they did this in the books? Let's go back to having sex.
Yeah, right. It's like, oh, Matt's eye scarred. Rand is now with Lanfear upside down on a freaking trapeze. It's like,
That's some imagery. Jay
do you know?
Rumble
Wait,
asked.
sorry, real quick. Do you guys realize the only time that Perrin has had an axe in this series is when he's got hit with it?
Yeah. Well, no, he did kill one Trolloc at the start.
One right in the chest. Go ahead, Chris.
Jay Rumbles asked, "Did Moron tell Siuan to send Logain to Carian?"
We have no idea.
So that's
don't
what she
know.
claims. That's what she claims, but there was no.
Watch
Where
this.
did she claim
In
that?
episode 7 of season 2, there's going to be a flashback sequence like the first season, showing
that's
all
right.
of Moraine's manipulations.
Yep, he's
So-
correct.
So Trip in the log, she claims that everything that has happened up until this point is by her design. When she's talking to Logain, she says
Which is
that
insane.
Logain is there because of her, and that Rand is there because of her.
Okay, wait. And because I'm not trying to argue, but I remember that scene, and I remember, didn't Logain say that to Moiraine, and she just didn't confirm or deny?
Yeah, that's the way it happened.
Okay, that's why I was saying, when did Moiraine actually say
Well,
that?
and then she raises her glass and all that bullshit. Like, yeah, I'm so smart. Like, so.
Well, no, I get
Okay,
that,
no,
but sorry, I thought
Trip
I
is onto
missed
something
something.
there.
Okay.
Well, no, I'm the one that missed everything or blocked it out. Sorry, my bad.
Look, Trip is not wrong there. Like, if that's how it went down, she can still let him believe what he wants to believe.
Except she
just
bought
go
the
with it.
wine.
But
Except
what
she
about Rand?
she preemptively bought the Gildanian red, so she knew that Logain needed that was
Right.
his thing. That's Logain's tale, so she knew that before.
Yeah. Well, she did say Rand? Didn't she say she did say Rand is there because of her, right? Or was
No.
that Logain as well?
No, she just
That
swear
was-
about him on the way to the room with
Yeah,
Logain.
she insinuated that Rand was there because of
She
her.
insinuated that Rand was there because of her. I
How?
know she did. I know she
Maybe-
did because I got pissed off about it.
Maybe
yeah.
I'm
You're
mistaken.
gonna make me look up the
I-
script, aren't you?
I
Yes.
thought that whole scene went down with her basically trying to ask him for information on Rand and basically offering him suicide.
Well, that's what they got to, but
Well-
she says they're both. She sent him there to be learned by him.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was her
That was
doing.
insinuated. That was
Yeah.
It was
insinuated. So
insinuated.
why
it was
haven't you
her
started
doing
teaching
it.
him yet?
There. Yeah.
Because she's
Once
basically there
again,
saying,
I
"Why?"
ask, how?
Did you guys
How
catch?
did she do that?
No, she didn't.
This-
It happened off screen, so they can say whatever.
It's
they
the
want.
same way as
Right on it.
Rand's reveals of the Dragon Reborn. You know, he channeled in the ways, he saved his dad, but it's not going to be shown until episode 7 in a flashback sequence of Moraine's great manipulations.
Even though it'll contradict other things that happened earlier in the season, like
Yeah, probably.
Rand coming to town with his dad on the back of a horse when it should be in the show, and then we get the flashback in episode 7 where he's on I forget what it's called, the slow sled.
I honestly
Okay.
think that they retconned that and reshot that after.
Probably.
Fan backlash about it, and they were like, "See, we did it."
but
Yeah,
they
no,
don't
you
li-
didn't.
I don't think they listened to fan backlash. They already. I don't think. I mean, they were filming season 2 when season 1 dropped, and they're doing the same thing with season 3 now. They've already written it. They've already filmed it. They don't give a shit what anyone says.
What confuses me is how are they going to do all the events of the Dragon Reborn when he's not in tier yet, and he's probably
They're
not
not
going to be
doing it.
there.
They're not.
They're not doing it.
They're not going to do Calendar either? They're not going to do Calendar?
No,
No,
Calendar
there's no
is
way
a
they
male-centric thing. They can't
Correct.
do that.
It's too-
Even
too
though,
upstream.
even though the flaw of Calendar makes it like kind of female-centric.
The only way they do Calendar is if it's some just BS. It was in a freaking floorboard or in a wall or
If
or it's not really a freaking. It's just a different sword or something like that. Yeah.
Hey guys, here's a theory. What if instead of doing the Stone of Tyr, they have Kalendor be in Falme when Rand goes there?
they're not going to do it. I mean,
I
they
doubt-
might, but they're not. They're not going to do it. They talked about what did Varen talk about? What she's going to do. She talks about a flaming sword, a battle in the sky.
Yeah, she named all the
Moment-
stuff they're not gonna do just for is
Probably
just-
just to give us. all
It's
the
like
shit,
the five-headed
probably.
dragon bullshit. It's just there to be like, see, we mentioned it was a possibility, but yeah.
That she would have mentioned Calendar if
there.
there was
Belal is one of the Forsaken that will not be a thing. But Belal will not exist. There will be no Belal.
There's got to be some.
She may balefire somebody, but it won't be Belal. Maybe I don't know. Maybe Ravine will fall out of the ceiling and
But
she'll
the
use him.
other big issue with this season is something that Amber from Sword in the Pen brought up for season 1 is we are still missing that overarching evil pushing the plot line forward. Like it's
Well,
non-existent. It has
well,
no
that-
presence.
That's why the loss of Pad and Fane for me is so huge because half the hunt is
It's
following
driven
him.
by him.
Yep. Oh yeah. Yep. And it's one of those with him being missing. Not you're losing so much. Just well, you're missing everything. Like the whole, the whole book that makes the book is like, and I'll fight back against anybody that says the whole whole of the Great Hunt is about Rand becoming a leader, and that at least
Yeah,
a big chunk
it
of it,
is.
right? And
Look-
anybody that said, and what has he learned other than he can screw to pay rent? Like that's it. Like he hasn't learned anything.
Because book 1 is Who's the Dragon Reborn. Book 2 is Becoming a Leader. Book 3 is proving to himself that he is the
Himself,
Dragon
right.
Reborn.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
And
So-
I've had people come back and say that I've had people tell me that the Great Hunt is not about Rand becoming leaders. Like I'm not sure what book you read then, but you read it wrong.
What would they think it is?
It's about I don't know friends you made along the way. I like I don't know. Like they don't have a response. It's like you call them out. It's like, well, you're juvenile. It's like, okay, thanks.
No. Calendar is not under Lord Agelmar's throne. It's actually under Pedro Niles' throne
Yeah, there you
because
go.
he's the other great captain.
Well, Agelmar's alive, so maybe he has Calendar right now. Oh, sorry, my bad.
Is
Forgot.
Swan is in charge of Logain, not Moron? Am I wrong? J. Rombo's asked.
So okay, so that's why none of this makes sense. So it's yes. Siuan said what? What did Siuan say? She was gonna make him pay or all that stuff and keep an eye on him and all this stuff. And then they promptly send him to Carhian away from the tower where he's under the most guard to be managed by Carhian insane asylum.
Why would
So-
Aes Sedai trust Kaharian at
Yeah.
all? They're not even
Siuan-
favorable to
That's Jay, that's
the
another
White
good.
Lord.
Where the hell is Siuan Sanche? That's another
yeah.
good question. Where is she at? Like,
A slow boat to China. And I found that information. Sorry, I was doing that while you guys were
Oh,
talking.
okay.
Nah, she's
Which
practicing her not on time.
Okay, so
Yeah.
let me see. So Moiraine and Logain. All right. So Logain says, hold on.
are you gonna do it in your foo? Are you gonna do a voice? Are you gonna be like my Avienda?
I
Damn
don't.
it.
I
Oh.
don't do voices.
Dang it!
I could be like,
All right, all right.
yeah. I'm
Hey, man,
terrible.
I'll be
I'm
Well,
terrible. I
gotta do it like this.
Okay.
the trigger? I'm
So-
sorry. Go ahead.
Okay, so Logain says to Moiraine, "You're the reason I'm here instead of a cell in the White Tower." Moiraine answers, "My yellow sisters wanted to study you as to the grounds, and I doubt you would have enjoyed either." that's it. She never confirms or denies as far as how Login got there. She just kind of talks around it, right?
But
Like
the
Aes Sedai
implication
That's a
do.
confirmation without saying it. That's a confirmation without saying it.
It's an implication. She shouldn't be able to
It's
make that
a
implication.
yeah, but she's letting him think what he wants to think. Okay,
So
so
that
then wait, she says, "Have you started training him yet, Rand al'Thor?" Logain says, "You sent him here too," and laughs. And then she diverts to, "Where is he staying?"
No,
So she just went to complete avoidance when he mentioned. So it's just the writers trying to put that in the viewer's mind.
but
so
I get what you're
So-
saying, but I disagree. I think that's what the plot thinks happened. But you're right how it's delivered. Sorry, Chris, go ahead.
If
No, you're good. I'm bad. I'm the one interrupting you. Go. Sorry. Go ahead.
I think the writers actually wrote an Aes Sedai acting like an Aes Sedai for once. If that's so, they actually wrote an Aes Sedai correctly for once after character assassinating her all season.
But yeah, so I get what in right. You're letting him believe what he wants to believe without lying. I get all that, but the show is trying to make the implication that it's not a lie, that that's actually the fact of what happened.
I agree.
The
So-
issue with the line is the fact that we don't see anything. The last we see of Rand
Yes.
is, "I'm going to run off to the wilderness." The last we see of Logain is, he's going to stay in the tower and be punished. And now we have this implication. And it,
Right. They're trying to prop up that Moiraine is a manipulative genius.
Right, exactly. No, and that's it, right?
but it's
and-
plot
yeah.
contrivance manipulation.
So it just she gave the knowing little. Oh no, that was me, dumbass. It's like, come on, it's oh, Salty's back. Sorry, buddy. What's up, man? Sorry, I'm handling too many, juggling too many balls at once.
It's
Just
okay.
like Landfear, scooping all the balls at once. Sorry.
Aldan looks dead inside.
I am a little bit dead inside.
Okay, can I
Not
address
gonna lie.
something going on in chat? Because they've been talking about Swan is only going to be in, let me see, episodes, 7 and 8, I think.
6
is
and 7.
206 and 207.
207. Now, I
Oh.
don't know that this is a theory, but I'm just going to throw this out there because we've seen that scene of, Rand and Swan.
Please
So,
tell me
what-
Rand will fire Siuan. That'd be
what
great.
if that is Swan's actress just playing herself and it's actually Lanfear pulling him into TAR?
No,
I mean, it is possible when you kind of, and I know Salty had talked about, or somebody had talked about that scene looking dreamlike. And at first I wasn't on board with that, but the more this goes on, the more I'm like,
Well, we haven't gotten the young lesbian love shack stuff yet.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
you gotta
they
think
need to bring that up.
they're gonna piss one episode or at least half an episode on that because we need to spend time on that.
Well,
No,
But I
that's
think
a
Trip
fun-
is onto something.
well,
that's
the
a
funny
flashback.
thing about that. Go ahead, Alden. Sorry.
that's a flashback. The Swan, the Swan Moiraine thing is a flashback to New Spring, and they'll be using that as a cold open for the foretelling for what's their
Well,
face,
so-
what the thing that changed Moiraine or whatever.
So the funny
That's
thing
what-
about this whole
that's-
thing was me and Trip got into several. Well, you know, can argue. I mean, you were solid, right? So, but we friendly discussions about where that scene with the throne took place. She swears it's in Carhian.
She's
I
right.
got talked out of it. That I still. What if it actually hits in the tower and they just messed it up? And it's like in the tower in Tar or some bullshit. Because, like, they're leaving Carhian right now.
No, she's right. That is in Korean, and that'll
But how? They're leaving.
No, they're going to
Are
be
they,
there for
though?
more episodes.
but if it's in TAR, what is it that Lanfear knows right now?
Jeez.
Lanfear knows Kyrian right
they're not
now.
leaving.
So
They're not-
if she's gonna mess
They're
with
just like-
Rand, I don't know. We
they're
don't
just gonna hang
know.
out. They're just gonna hang out and carry. So the last
They
time
haven't
we
done
see
Barthanes
Moraine
yet.
and Rand
They
is they're
haven't
running
done-
for their lives. They have killed. They have not killed the immortal sex
Yeah.
monster.
Yeah.
And
Who's
she's
now
going
riding a
after Rand
horse.
for
True
more
story.
sex.
True story.
She needs
Succubus is the word
So-
you want. Lanfear
What-
is a
oh,
succubus
Jesus.
in the show.
Bullshit.
They're
Oh
just
my
running.
God.
They're just running away from the cabin, and they're running away from the cabin back to Corian. That's
So-
what's happening.
And
They haven't
that's
even
why
done Barthanes.
Lanfear's whipping her horse.
They haven't
She's
done
chasing
Barthanes
them.
yet. They'll be in
Fucking
Corian
kill
for the
me.
rest of the season, until Siuan has that scene with Rand telling him, "You're the spoke, you're the water, or whatever. Go do the thing in form and kill."
So they're
blah, blah, whatever.
100%
That's
taking a
true.
gateway.
Because they still have to do Egwene and Damane.
Yeah, that'll happen.
I think
in the
that's
couple
next
of
episode.
episodes.
That's next
Oh.
episode.
We
Episode
think-
6 is gonna be Egwene Damani, and
Yeah.
or rather 5. No,
Yeah, well,
episode
actually,
6.
no.
5 will be her getting there. Episode 6 will be all of
Mhm.
her training
They're
and
doing it,
punishment.
yeah.
7 will be when Rand finally arrives in Falma.
Is she
Nah,
gonna-
it'll
is
be-
he-
Oh,
He'll
I
be-
am
think-
not looking forward to the Egwene Damone stuff. It's
we
It's
think-
gonna be
Yeah.
a full 60 minutes, pretty much focused just to her,
Yeah.
and they're gonna ignore every other plot line.
Do we think that
I
Rand's
think
gonna
we're
learn
gonna
to travel?
last for episodes.
Point here.
Nah,
do we think
he'll
Rand's
probably
gonna
take
learn to travel? Take
Why would he
Moraine's
do that?
gateway.
Why would you do that?
Here's one idea I came up earlier in the show. They keep setting up that Matt is going to attack Rand. So, and there's the line in after the flicker where Matt goes, "I would never betray you." So they're
Yeah,
probably
'cause you
setting
wouldn't.
it up so that has more weight, air quote.
Yeah, but the thing is it's Min who saw it, I thought. And Min
Yeah.
doesn't see wrong.
Okay,
Well,
I
plus
got-
all
It
her
will
visions in
happen.
this show have been literal so far. So why would this one be any different? So
Thank
that's what
you.
people.
And
That's what
here's
people
the
are
thing.
saying.
Here's the thing. Everybody here is right. The theories you're coming up with, if this was an adaptation done in good faith, they're right. But I want to caution everybody not to be a little rain cloud. But remember what happened, like with WandaVision. The fans were so much more well versed in the lore, in the characters, and what should happen and what would be cool to happen. And then what happened? The most basic, bitch, forgettable nothing. Nothing happened. And I want to caution everybody because what this show is counting on is people like us to fill in the blanks and then rationalize what they've done. I can't do that. And I want to caution everybody because your love of this stuff is fantastic. I mean, you guys know details a lot more than I do. I'm a bigger picture guy with this series. And one of the things that I've tried not to do in my videos is legitimize what's on the screen because it's not the story. They may have some names and they may take one concept and they may do one thing. Even the scene that with the werewolf Perrin with the Patronus vision, like I didn't legitimize that. You could say that happened in the books. Did it though? Did it really? You know, I just want to park that right there. And if you guys think I'm an asshole, tell me. I just want to put that.
The only
there.
stuff of Perrin that's inaccurate and could fall under proper adaptation is him meeting Hopper and learning Hopper's name. Like that is the only scene out of episode 4 that is adaptation worthy. That's the only 2 minutes.
If you isolated just that scene and said it was a fan-made thing, I would say that's freaking awesome. But the fact that Amazon blew over $80 million on this, and we have to pick through the fecal matter to find one piece of corn like that, and then hold on to that one piece of corn. I just that's where I'm not going to lower myself to a level. And I'm not saying you guys are. I'm just saying this is a man behind this show who said he could not wait to wound us in our deepest heart of hearts by killing surprising people. Just
Well,
Which is why he killed off Uno.
Well, I have
Twice.
to say,
I don't think he's done. I don't think he's done.
KRS is.
Oh no,
he's not
Uno's
done.
his actor or whatever has been confirmed for I think it was episode 8, which is the
Finale,
Battle of
yes,
Palma.
finale.
No, you come back
So
with the
K-
horn.
KRS was making me laugh here because Min's visions lie now because she's a dark friend, so she's evil.
Probably.
Step saying, of course, Shore Lord, pretty much what Salty's saying and what we've been saying. Shore Lord doesn't matter because it doesn't matter in the show. Yeah, so let's see what else. So I just want to make sure. Uno, yeah, so Uno is a hero of the horn. Yeah. Look, man, I like Uno. He's no hero of the horn. Sorry. Just agree to disagree if you want, but that's one of those things. It's just
Have they cast Arthur Hawkwind?
apparently they didn't.
No,
Apparently,
they
from what
cast him
Alexis
already.
said,
It's gonna be Amaterasu leading the horn. Instead
It'll
of
be
Hawkwind.
it'll be Andrea Hawkwing. Watch, it'll be
My-
Andrea Hawkwing.
My question is, they need the banner of the dragon. Where's
they
the
don't.
banner of the dragon?
There won't be. Dragon
They're not going to use it.
I've been asking where the dragon banner's been for freaking, I don't know, since the show started. All I want is a dragon banner to just hang from my roof
I'll
behind
get you
me
one.
so I don't have to see my bed.
Hey.
I just want a dragon banner. That's all I want. Yes,
Hey,
Messima is in the show. He is the best fucking character in the show. Fight me.
Isn't he played by Citric?
Yes,
Well, the
he
guy
is.
who plays Citric.
From
He's
Last
also
Kingdom.
the best sword fighter in the
It's
show.
why he can sword fight, because it's in a show where they train people to sword fight. This is not brain surgery. It's
a show that's 10 times better than this one.
Oh, what did you think of
Jay
the
Rambles
movie?
wants to thinks that they're going to kill Swan first episode of season 3.
Real quick,
You guys,
hey, Hollander came in. Sorry, buddy, I didn't announce you. What's up, bud?
All good, all good. Not much. Just listening to you guys.
Cool, man.
On the
Tell me
Swan
whenever you
topic,
want.
I don't think
Siuan,
so, Rambo.
so there's been rumors that she's, I think was talking to Alex about it. There's rumors that she's out already, so I think killing her off is not so far-fetched, especially since it also sort of, the other thing that Jay said a few times is the whole Leanne thing. I don't know that Leanne, I think, he's been pushing that Eladia will be Alvarian. I think they may shift and make Leanne Alvarian. And kill Siuan instead of still her. So I think that is highly possible. My hair is all disheveled. Sorry, guys. What do you guys think? Do you think they're going to kill off Siuan or what?
They might. I think they might actually.
They might
think
because
they
it
would,
would fit. They can't have her late game arc, right? With a certain lover.
Yeah, correct. They can't do that.
Well, plus, you kill her, you don't have to kill Moiraine. Then you have Moiraine go into this rage monster thing of depression, and then we can see her cry again in episode 1.
And then we can spend a whole season following her journey of grief.
Exactly.
Well, I don't think they'll kill. I mean, part of me thinks they wouldn't kill her because, I mean, let's just say it. Everyone's afraid to kill gay characters these days because, the whole trope.
You're right. You
And
can't kill gay characters and people of color.
Well, but here's the thing though. They're in a problem because Jay's again right. She's expensive. That's part. She's not available. She's doing other stuff. That's why she hasn't been in this season. She's not been around. She wasn't around when they were shooting. So she's already hard to schedule around. She's already expensive. Two things the show doesn't do good working around. So what's the best way to work around that? Well, I mean, if you're not putting Gareth Bryn in the show, you don't need Siuan. Fight me if you want. If you don't need Gareth Bryn, you don't need Siuan Sanche.
Plus, it also explains what they've done with. But it also explains a little bit, I guess. It points towards why they might have cut Moiraine's power like they have as well, right?
Or Willie, I want to get to Amara's super chat here in a second, but Willie is right. Maybe they just go straight into Tower of Eladia. Elida. Maybe we shift right into Elida Tower with Leanne being Alvarian. I know,
Steve,
finally,
hold on.
Dan, I finally did it, right? I got Mesima and I got Elida right. Can you believe it? Amara the Australian for $7.99. Australian, thank you so much. Our mistake is trying to bring things that happen to the show back to the books. They are going to get going in their own direction with sprinkled Easter eggs. Yep. Yes, you're 100% right, and it's hard. Napoli, you have the link, man. You've had it for an hour if you want.
Hey,
Just saying.
one
It's
of
hard.
the
It's
things,
just
though-
hard, and some of it is sort of interesting to talk about. I think that's where I get the joy from talking to you guys about it. Is just talking about what should be happening, even though we know there's no fucking way in hell it's going to happen. I need to go to the restroom. Vamp for me, guys. I'll be right back.
Okay, so one
Okay.
of the things though with that line of we trying to bring it back to the books, I think it's still important that we understand that side so we can argue against it. You know, it's the
I
whole
agree.
idea of debate.
I agree, and I think that's the important part is when these things don't happen, and that was my original plan. Not to make this about me for season 2, was I labored under the false assumption it would be like season 1, where you had 2% of the story.
Yeah.
And therefore we could dedicate time to looking at what they should have done. Well, this show is so far gone, and just like, you know, they've abandoned the post-it notes. Maybe somebody yellow highlighted a book, tore out a page and throw it at somebody. That's how it feels to me. Now, Al, Dan, you watched the Rafe Judkins quotes and responded along with Daniel and Manamanethra and Nerdporial. Is there anything in that video when we were talking about it in the reactions that you go, oh my God, that's what it meant? Was there anything that was brought further to light in season 2 that Rafe Judkins said that you responded to before the season came out?
You're testing my memory bank.
Sorry, dude.
Sorry.
That's okay.
No, that's okay. I think it's really highlighted how much of a liar the man is. That for me, to be honest, if I think about some of those responses about the respect, and the things that they're trying to that they were going to try and do, they haven't tried to do any of the things that he said they were going to try and do. So he's just a point blank liar. And that's what a lot of these people are, that they really just are liars, and people need to understand.
I feel like that's become a PR talking point for all of these adaptation, though. They say the whatever you call it, the buzzword, we respected the source material, yada, 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 just to get the viewers in, because all anyone seems to care about is how much does the premiere have, not how much does the finale have.
Yeah, I don't blame. I don't think it's his fault either. Just quietly, like I don't like he has, like he is what he is, and I don't think that he's doing what they're paying him to do at the end of the day, which is to bring this IP into a modern audience type situation. So I don't blame him for that. That's who he is.
I do.
Yeah,
I did the math.
I think he's complicit.
Yeah, I think he's complicit, but I also think he was given a mandate to do this, and so he's just carrying out what he's been asked to do. So I'm not sure that you can blame him for that. I think that it's more that whoever's got the purse strings and is making the decisions is more to blame than the person at the end of the thing that's responsible.
Yes,
or
but
the
then
face
that
putting it out
also
there.
that ties back into that American Express / BlackRock thing from 3 months ago, where they will force the diversity, and if you don't do it, they will punish you.
Well, yes. See, it's interesting. Using some of the verbs and some of the adjectives with that. There's will for participants in this because they are going along with all of this because they want what comes after everything is destroyed, and that's not a conspiracy theory. Look at what the EU just said. I'm not going to turn this into a political show. That's an economic statement. It's a statement based on a headline today. And so in order to play the game, they have to participate in the deconstruction of Western civilization. And that includes suddenly there being more than boys and girls. Do you know what I mean? And it's sick and it's weird. And there's some weird stuff going on. And this show is yet another marketing tool to enable that. I mean, look at Star Wars, look at Doctor Who, look at Star Trek. Every goddamn thing is like this. Everything.
But that is also why I don't really like Opla right now. Like, the One Piece adaptation is great. I cannot get behind the casting for Kobe. Like, I don't think it's right.
What is wrong with the casting for Kobe, man? He's been great in the show. I don't know what.
She's been great in the show.
If you had said that, hey, let me ask you a question. If you knew that, would you guess? If you didn't know that going in beforehand?
I did, because I went in and I was like, why is Kobe so feminized? And I finally looked it up on episode 5, and I was like, no shit. No wonder I've been having like a cognitive dissonance here.
Hey, once he's done training with Garp, he won't be feminized anymore. I can tell you that.
I have no idea what the hell you're
So-
talking about, and it's kind of nice.
I'm gonna watch
I'm
that.
gonna-
I'm gonna watch it.
I will see.
Like,
I'm gonna
Oh,
trust
you'll love it.
everybody
It's very
else.
good.
I'm gonna
the
trust
show is
everybody
good.
else.
It follows the storyline. It follows the plot line. It's just I don't like them pushing that, like the actress, and so I just don't support.
Hey. Let me ask you this question. They never use pronouns. He's never called they, them, ever. So
It isn't about that. It's about the little things leading to the bigger things.
I have no idea what
Small
the hell One
changes.
Piece is, except for Ryan and Easton like to go around going, "It's the One Piece." So, sorry.
Can I just ask one question to give your show back? And it has to do with what I was talking about with Aldan, and I didn't mean to. Do you all think that it has helped season 2 or hurt season 2 that Mr. Rafe Judkins is not out there giving interviews and running his mouth? I would love
it's
to hear
helped.
what you all. Yeah.
I think it's helped. I think it's helped.
I don't. I think it's hurt because his crew doesn't know it's out. Like nobody knows this show's out. I mean, I did my review from work the other day. I was talking to my coworker. He's like, "Oh, I knew there was a show, but I didn't know it was out." I talked to my ex-wife, who actually is a Wheel of Time fan, and watched season 1 and was appalled. And she's like, we were 4 weeks in. She's like, "Oh, did that show ever come out?" So not nobody even knows it's out because nobody's even talking about it. So it's just being talked about on Twitter of time, and then the only shows that are successful from the non-advertising where it's basically they just release it like Netflix does, and it's just if it's good, then people talk about it, people go watch it. Well, if it's not good and nobody watches it, then nobody talks about it and nobody watches it. So I don't know. I think it's hurting that nobody's talking about it, but how much? Maybe 100 minutes.
They've been pushing it. They've been pushing it, and the thing is, every day, and this morning when we were texting the article stuff, it's the same thing. No, it's not an adaptation. No, it's not even close. No, these characters aren't doing what they're supposed to do. But that's a good thing. It's a good thing because you're surprised when you watch it. And I'm like,
yeah, they've gone hard
what?
to that. They've shifted real hard away from it's an adaptation of all to it's not at all, and that's okay. It's better this way.
Well,
it's
kind of funny you say that because IGN, once again, not to talk about the One Piece thing again, but they attacked that show because, quote, it was too faithful to the source material. That was an actual criticism they had of it. They said it's too faithful, and because it's too faithful, it's not accessible to other people because it's too faithful.
But that's why it's so good. And don't get me wrong, like I've already said all the other stuff about it, but I will lie. Like it is a great show. Like it's visually pleasing. It follows the storyline. The arcs make sense. The fight sequences are good. They don't compromise on Luffy's like Gomu Gomu fight style or anything. And that's why
according to IGN, that's bad. According to IGN, that's bad.
IGN
time out. Time out.
Aldan's got to get out of here, guys. But
gotta go.
Thanks for hopping in, buddy. Any parting words?
Nah, no parting words. Just let's just try and get. We're halfway there.
Yeah, there it is.
We're halfway there. I think after episode 4, I don't think I'm gonna get hurt any more than seeing Min in that light. So I'm okay to just chill for the rest of it, mate. So yeah, everyone take a chill pill. Peace out.
See ya.
Later,
Thanks for coming, buddy.
Have a good one, Aldan.
SB 129 is correct in the comments there. The only reason One Piece is still good is because Oda Ichiro is actively involved in both the story writing and as
Oda himself.
Role.
Yeah, Oda himself said in an interview with the New York Times, he said, you know what he said his role was? He said, I was the guard dog to ensure that they did not do stuff that I did not want in there. I mean, imagine that.
Back to your question about whether the interviews or lack thereof have been good. Honestly, I think it's twofold. I think it's Amazon trying to push it under the carpet, and I also think it's like been good for the show because you don't have him coming out and contradicting what's been on screen, like him and Massaro were doing the entire first season.
Well,
Dobie's spot on.
even
Dobie's
deal
spot
with
on
that.
with this comment. It's brilliant.
How do we make a show that everyone likes and the book series that everyone loves? Oh, I know. Let's change everything to the point of where it doesn't look like the books. That will work for sure. And that's what's happening, right? And that's why, like, even if there are, like, because I obviously haven't watched One Piece. I don't know One Piece. Maybe I'll watch it, and not knowing anything, I'll like it because it sounds like I might. But the fact is, it sounds like you guys have small issues with it, but overall, it's a good story. Because why? Because they're telling it, and the person in charge of it that's created it is still alive and able to go, no, you're not doing that shit. This is my story. You're going to tell my story.
Yeah.
Instead of caving like some other people and being like, well, so I don't know. It's the craziest thing that it's like, why even call it? Why even call it an adaptation at this point, right? We've said it a million times.
It's interesting when you look at Rafe Judkins' other work. I actually bothered to go look at his Uncharted
Survivor?
professional review critic on IMDb as well as Rotten Tomatoes. And even the critics gave this damn thing a 41% for Uncharted. So, I mean, again, it's not an outlier that same level of quality would be present in the Wheel of Time, right? That's why he brought in Amanda Schumann, because she didn't know any better.
Hey,
I
have a
refused to
question.
watch Uncharted because he was involved. I'm like, oh, Rafe Judkins is involved. I will not watch
Question.
this.
No.
I've heard conflicting reports.
This guy saw it.
What
Is it? I've heard
Uncharted?
conflicting reports.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Are they filming season 3 for Wheel of Prime right now?
Nobody's filling
no,
anything.
it stopped. They
stopped,
shouldn't have stopped, but they did because they aren't like their actors. I thought weren't connected to the American
Yeah, I didn't think they were.
thing,
But
but they're
the
doing a solidarity thing.
Solidarity. Yep, there you go.
But the American production that's there, it probably has to do with the writers involved. And I think that's where things get a little hairy. You know, Steve, you say your favorite thing about what they had to do for season 3, because I would love if you know, Steve, you always talk about what they had to do, like the first time they did it, and then somebody remembered they shouldn't do that. I'm not gonna.
Oh, what you mean tearing down the set that you have to go back to and so it's like man, it's the funniest thing, right? It's like everybody's like, where did the budget go? Like where? Well, it went to the idiots that tore down a perfectly good scene so they could have Moiraine throw boulders around, and then they have to rebuild it from the ground up. So they're rebuilding it from the ground up, and they're actually building real houses. So that's what they did the first time too. Right? They built it, the insides, everything. It's not just fake houses. So they're building like $100,000 structures and then tearing them down. So
I talked to Amber from Sword of the Pen about that, and she's also done all this. She basically stated what a production or whatever person does is they go through and they're supposed to pan out where the camera is going to go so that they can plot the buildings that they're going to build. And then she basically agreed with me. You should be able to basically use 2x4s and some plywood to create some false fronted buildings to give the illusion.
Yes,
of
that happens all the time.
That
happens all the time.
And you should be able to do it for, I don't know, what does a
pennies on the
2x4
dollar?
cost?
Nothing.
Like $20?
Nothing.
For like a
Yeah.
dozen?
Yeah, and the other part is you can't make the argument that you're going to shoot in those interiors because that's not how it works. You create a false interior on a stage. You don't build a structure and then shoot through an external opening into the structure because you can't control the light.
Well,
so who knows what the hell they're doing. The real question in all of this, though, is are they going to resume filming for season 3 after we all know how bad the premiere numbers are going to be? Okay, we do.
So
are they going to do what a lot of these studios are doing, which is force majeure and just say we're done, and just give Rosamund Pike all her damn money and she can go do something else?
Based off of the recent news about what Amazon is doing where they're cracking down on the loss of money, I suspect if this strike goes on long enough that we could see it tabled.
But they canceled Fleabag, didn't they? They canceled all of these woke shows that Hollywood loves that nobody likes, like the Pink Ladies, fucking Grease gay prequel. I mean, all of these shows, including what was the other one? Damn it, It was the fairy one,
Peripheral?
and it had well, okay, that had fairies too. But there's
Carnival
another
Row?
show, Carnival
Carnival
Row.
Row.
They canceled Carnival Row. Now these were shows that actually had more eyeballs on them than Wheel of Time, and I don't know what their budgets
Carnival
were.
Row season 1 was really good. I will
I
say
agree.
season 2 took a bit of a dip, but it wasn't bad.
I didn't watch it because I figured I don't know. I
They
was so
kind of
pissed off
did a
at all
whole
these
commie
creatives.
arc where they were trying to push
doesn't
that like
surprise me.
communism was great, and that's what I didn't really like about it. But it was still a cohesive story.
Yeah,
Real quick.
I mean, go ahead. Sorry.
Real quick, just Amara the Australian for $2.99. To clarify more about predictions and not debate. Wait, did I miss something? Hold on, I hope I didn't miss something. Did I miss the context of this? Is this about her other super chat, maybe?
I think it is.
Our mistake is trying to bring things that happen to the show back to the books. They are going. Oh yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah,
Gotcha,
yeah.
gotcha,
It was based off
yeah.
my
Yeah,
comment
okay,
where
yeah,
I
yeah.
was
I see what you're saying.
debate it. Yeah.
100%. 100%.
Just wanted to make sure. Okay.
Hey,
So
guys, I was gonna. Jay Rambo's asked in the chat. He asked, "Is Lan ever going to get his manhood back?"
no.
You presume he had it in the first place.
No, he peed on a tree and got scooped by Alana. That's gonna be his.
I'm surprised he didn't squat to pee on that tree.
I'm wondering when we're going to have a cold open of all four of them in bed. Alana, her two waters, and Lan.
What's
honestly though? Yeah. So based off the conversation after he pisses out in the tree, I don't actually think we're going to get that.
Yeah, maybe, but I think what we're gonna get instead is we're going to get the ramped up story of him getting to Nynaeve. So Nynaeve is, instead of empowering Lan to I guess Lyle earmuffs to go raise Malkir and gather forces to fight the Blight and fight at the last battle. She's just gonna lead him around and be like, "Good warder, have my babies, Lan." Not Nynaeve, I'm gonna have your babies, Lan. Lan, have my babies.
Lan doesn't even have.
He's gonna shit him out his asshole or something. Oh, sorry, my bad.
Anyways, to fill in what you're saying is he doesn't actually have that driving. What would you call it? Pushing force or driving force in his character that they've shown to justify that scene from book 11.
Do you know what an epic like you think about that's what makes these discussions fun and hard at the same time. You think about all these epic scenes you're not going to have. Can you imagine the epic scene of Rand? They're not going to do it. They're going to have Lan right across the battlefield with the golden crane sailing, and there's no way that happens.
What I mean by them doing it is it'll be like how Lan said his words after screwing Egwene and taking or rather Nynaeve and taking her virginity. Right. They'll force it in. It won't hold any of the weight.
Wait a second. It's actually happening. He does hate himself for screwing Nynaeve. So he does hate the person that loves her. So we're right on track, guys, right?
Okay, boys, I am going to leave you with that because I need to run away.
Yeah, I probably need to get start wrapping this up here in a little bit. But Trip,
it's nice to be on a panel with you.
Anything to say on your way out, my dear?
Just what I put in chat earlier. I did go looking for that the men vision of Matt.
Okay.
And it does look like it's actually Matt stabbing Rand. I can't see any other like little nebulous figures. There's a little bit of wiggle room with the way they did it, the cut, you know what I mean? Kind of the cut scene on it, but no, what my possible theory is that Matt will stab Rand with the dagger because he's going to get the dagger back somehow. But it will be like Rand maybe asking him to do that because of the agreement they made back in Tar Valon. But I also think if that does happen, then they're like somebody's going to see it. They're going to misconstrue it and it's going to appear that Matt's the evil bad guy even more so.
Can I come up with a crazy theory before you leave, Trip? Because it just popped into my head.
Okay.
Matt's dagger has turned into the evil sucker. So he's gotten stabbed by Ishmael, and he has to stab Rand to suck the evil out of the other wound.
It's a Hoover vacuum cleaner. It's
Hey,
puts it on top of his
I
staff
hate to
and
say it,
stabs
but
Jon
that
Snow
is
with it.
kind of what the dagger ends up doing in that wound. So that isn't an implausible.
And then he puts it on top of a staff and uses it as his.
Well, yeah, there you go. Maybe
there you go.
maybe they cleanse the dagger.
Oh yes, yes. Why would you? Yeah. Why would we cleanse anything else? Let's cleanse the dagger. Shit.
It'll be maybe they'll steal the like the sword that Elric uses in the books, so that Elric masters a sword, and they're just going to give that to Matt because all fantasy's the same. Right?
I got an idea. Maybe they're gonna give Matt a history lesson. Like Maureen's gonna be like, "Do you know the history of this dagger, Matt? It was once called Kalendor." And you're gonna be like,
Jesus, dude, I'm gonna vomit. God. It makes sad sense though.
Amazon, I can write this shit for free, man. Like, come on. Like, I got so many more. Let's go. So thanks, Trip, for hanging out, and thank you for all the stuff you always send me on Discord. Thank you.
All right, have a good night, people. Sleep well and wake.
Good night.
Bye.
Good night, Trip.
So I need to, because I got to work at 6 a.m. But Mahalan, are you gonna take off too? Thanks for hopping in, buddy, and hanging out with us. I'm sorry I didn't get to chat too much, but hopefully on the next one. Thanks for always being here, buddy. Appreciate you.
I gotta head out too. My wife is getting in my ear to head out because she's like, So
well,
anyway,
thanks as always, Lau. Thanks for hanging out, and thanks for all the support, man. I appreciate you.
Oh, it was no problem. I enjoy all you guys, and peace out. I'll see y'all later.
See you later, Lau.
Cheers.
I have
go, Chris.
I have one question. How do we know the numbers for season 2's premiere?
Salty's better. Salty and Alex know that stuff better than me, so go ahead, Salty. Or so I know Salty always keeps it checked.
Okay, so I did the math on it based off that Flix Patrol, where I took the total minutes played or viewed. I divided it by the 4 episodes that are out because that's what it was as of September 9th. And then I divided it based off of an average of 60 minutes per episode. We come in at around 4.1 million viewers compared to season 1's 1.6 billion minutes over shorter episodes that came in at around 11 million viewers. When you then take the percentage difference, season 2 has about 38% of the first season's audience.
Wow.
And we don't, there's really no other way to do it because you can't, and I did it on my own video. So what you did is the same thing I did. You can't quantify if everybody just watched episode 1 and then left, and nobody really finished, at least the way that I understand it, unless Flixster or whatever it is can actually do minutes per an episode, which would be fascinating data to look at.
So yeah, it's the closest I could get, and I acknowledge 100% that it could be off. And
I'm not being
wrong,
critical at all. I'm not being critical. Yeah. What you're facing is the same thing everybody's facing. And I, like I said, I did the exact same thing, and your math is absolutely great. But what I'm saying is for no matter with any of these, until we get an episode by episode minute count, which they don't seem to release, we won't know the breakdown of that. So the way that you did the division is the only way to do it at this point. And if that's the case and it's a 40% drop, where is this damn thing going to be at episode 7? I mean, it's going to be catastrophic, which is, I think, why they didn't market the show.
Because I also did that 18% increase that I can't remember. Somebody mentioned it like last week that we should see on a new season, and the 1.6 billion from the first season should have been 1.9 to 2 billion viewers or minutes for the second season, and we don't have that. We actually have a decrease of 500 million minutes.
Well, what happened in season 1 was there was a 25% drop between the premiere when all the book fans left when they saw what they did at the end as episode 3, and then it was a steady decline from there for episode 7, and then you had I think a 50% drop off or greater and there
at
was a
7.
slight bump at the 8. I know, and then there was a little bump at 8 where I think people were driving by like it was a flaming car crash with people on fire hanging out of the car, and watched a little bit of it. But nobody gives a shit about this show. Nobody. And
I think this well, it's like since I'm at, it's funny they always use these watch numbers to assume everyone loves it, but I watched it every episode and I don't like it. Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing that they both said is you can't really account for how much of it they watched, more that they just turned it on and there you go. Jay rambles just before because he's got to duck out too. And thanks for hanging out, man. We're with the text to speech thing. We're trying to get as many of your comments as we can. So he made a comment a minute ago saying, "What is the point?" Well, let me make sure I'm not putting words into his mouth. Okay, what is the point of hiring a lore expert? And I will add to it if they're not going to follow any of the lore. And the reason, so yes, number one, yes, it's stupid. Why do it if you're not going to do it? Well, one, it's to get your friend on the payroll if you can. Two, it's to provide fake street cred for something that you have no intention of following. So if you tell a group of people that don't know anything about the Wheel of Time that, hey, we're doing this new show. It's really good. It's sold millions and millions and millions of copies. It has fans worldwide, this, that, the other. And guess what? We're going to be really true to it. We're going to hire this lore expert. She's read the books more than 20 times all the way through. She knows it backwards to front. She's going to keep us straight. She's going to make sure if we make any small changes that they don't affect the story that you know and love down the line, or this great story. That's why they do it, even though they have no intention of doing any of
use
that.
it as a shield.
Right, that too. Right. So,
like the Rings of Power tried to do, except that
when they hired that old guy, right? I can't think of his name.
Lore expert, Jordan scholar, Tolkien scholar, all the same thing. Yep.
The Rings of Power's lore expert was the Spanish master's degree feminist gender studies professor.
Well, to be fair, they
tried to have that old white guy.
They fired.
You mean that Corey guy? The Corey? Oh no, Tom
No,
Shippey.
Tom was fired because he said, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Because I don't know what to believe, but the running thing was out there was he went on a German Tolkien podcast and said some things that Amazon didn't like, which I don't know if I believe that or not. I think they just wanted to get rid of his ass.
Excuse.
It is because Amazon instituted their diversity, equity, and inclusion policy like when everything was locked down for the bullshit we all went through, right? So they have to check the boxes, right? And so they brought in that woman from the University of Glasgow who was a gender studies master's degree student, and she was the Tolkien expert. She's the one that talked about decolonizing Tolkien and removing the toxic whiteness and masculinity from Tolkien. So you knew exactly what the hell you're going to get there. As far as this woman on this show, other than maybe not seeming to be very experienced in doing her job, I never really saw anything from her that indicated any type of guardianship of anything other than getting a paycheck. But that's my opinion,
And running defense for the first season. Every single episode, she would tweet up a storm being like, no, you didn't understand that. This is what they were saying. It's like, no, they said the exact opposite of what you're trying to say here.
Well,
it's like the press secretary for the White House. So, yeah.
Oh, sorry, my bad. Well, I mean, the thing. So we all, the much used and repeated "gird your loins" line, right? Did we look? When we heard that, we knew it was we were screwed, right? We knew it. Like it frankly, it didn't take that either, but we knew, we're like, wow, they've even admitted it. It's going to be really bad. I can't believe how just it's especially when you have now like AV Club you shared with me, Salty, and I went and looked at. I made a video that I haven't finished yet that hopefully will be out tomorrow at some point. But when they come straight out and say it's more Wheel of Time in spirit.
Yeah,
but not really anything to do with the Wheel of Time. It's better, but it's more like it's ugly cousin Vargo who fell on her face when she was a child and half of her face is missing. that's what we're doing.
My
If it's
question
dark
is,
and you're drunk and you're looking the wrong way, it's going to look exactly the way it should. You know, and for context, and I'll shut up. That comment from the lore expert on season 2, what she said was, "Is season 1 had its challenges, but season 2 is going to require fans to gird their loins. But don't worry, everyone will end up at the end where they're supposed to be to make a really good season 3." That's the lore expert. That's exactly what she said.
So I wanted to show these
my
because these are the
question
ones that
is,
are being worked on real quick. Oh, go ahead. You finish.
yeah. I was gonna say
Go.
I would like to ask these people how they're defining spirit. Like, does spirit not mean what I think it means?
It means they keep their job. It means they are participating in something which is all too prevalent in corporate America, which is that if you speak up and you point out what's wrong, you're not going to be employed. And it's not just entertainment. It's a true story.
Thank goodness I'm working on my own, even though I gotta, tiptoe around some things.
Sorry,
it's never been this bad. It's never been this bad. I'll shut up.
Mahalaner Mahalaner, from becoming a Dragonsworn, grew 3 inches and also got a raise at work because he's a Dragonsworn. You should all be Dragonsworn. Oh, sorry. So just real quick, because I have the wet up. The wet at the top of the screen is done. So these are not quite finished, but these are being made right now to finish the trio for the what is happening emotes. For some reason, they put the weapons upside down. I don't know what happened there, but we're getting some things fixed. So this will be probably, hopefully, making this into the official what is happening emotes, so everybody can have some fun with those if you remember. Yeah, just trying to do what I can to add to the stream so we can keep having fun and all that stuff. So let's see, Jay, thank you for becoming a member tonight. And I hope we got all your questions, man. We're doing the best we can, but I appreciate you and all your messages on Discord and joining the channel and all that. Thank you very much. Chris, parting words. Thank you for being a member. Thank you for always coming on these. I hope you had some fun talking about this, but any thoughts before we leave?
No, just discussed everything. We
That's a good outro.
Yeah.
I like that.
No, Wheel of Time is dead. Yeah.
It's powerful.
All hail the Lord Dragon.
There you go. I like that. That you can never go wrong with that. Yunan, man,
Yeah.
thank you. Dude, was glad you were able to hop on both times and provide a lot of the discussion points. So thank you, man. Anything you want to say before parting tonight?
I could talk about this stuff for hours without stopping, but
well, that's part of why we're doing this, man.
It's why
I think
I find it entertaining.
Yeah,
I agree.
I feel like everybody's found some. Well, we've had some fun. We have laughs. It's nice to discuss. We respect each other, and I think even if there were several disagreements tonight even, and you know what, that's how you talk about stuff. You talk and you disagree and you move on. It's okay. We all don't have to agree.
We've all heard Gary from Nerdrotic, right? I'm pretty sure you all have. He talks about how in his comic book shop he would have fans come in and they would literally argue over who would win, right? Between like different comic characters. And to have people coming out nowadays and saying like that's toxic, it's like no, that is passion, that is fandom.
That was the 80s. That was the 80s. That was the 90s.
His comic shop was 2011 till 2020 when it got shut down due to certain events.
I'm just saying this was normal. Everything we're doing tonight, it was normal when I was a kid, and you would see it everywhere. I mean, it started in elementary school when people. It didn't matter if it was football, if it was the Incredible Hulk with Bill Bixby, if it was Wonder Woman with Linda Carter, if it was Battlestar Galactica. Fans have always done this, and this is healthy and this is good. When you close off discussion in dialogue, sometimes which means you use your outside voice inside, what you do is you prevent people from thinking differently. And that's a lot of the reason I think why I do what I do. Maybe Steve, the White Cloaks, is because we're not going along with this. And until they come along and like disappear us for this stuff, we're going to keep talking, So.
Yep. Well said, sir. Yeah, no, it's look, man, it's part of the fun. You got your favorite. You talk about why your favorite will destroy everybody else's favorite. And then guess what? You're not going to agree, and then you move on because
well,
that's part of it.
I don't hate anyone that loves Egwene. Like, I'm not going to go out there and hate them. But at the same time, I'm also going to be like, I think Egwene was evil, and I will stick to that.
Right, and you're going to have and you could have a full-on discussion about why you feel that way and why the other person doesn't. And guess what? You're grown-up people that enjoy this material,
we both
and
like
you're going
the
to move
same
on.
material.
Right.
We maybe need to make another Wheel of Time, Why Do You Love Wheel of Time series, like across our channels, like I did with you, Steve, like, because that would be really cool to hear from more people. Like, why do you love these books and all this other stuff?
Yeah, well, there's so much to talk about. That's the other thing, right? And you just from your series of videos too. There's so many. There's such a even when you're talking about the Edmondsfield Five or the Big Three. Everybody has a different favorite for a different reason, and that doesn't mean anybody's wrong, and that doesn't mean that it's fun to talk about and then try and debate which one's better and why, or which one's worse, or which one's evil, or which one's Elaine, or which one's so guys, thank you for being here. Thank you for being members, guys. If you haven't become a member and you want to be a part of these, we're going to keep doing these. Everybody's having fun. We're having some great discussions. It's been really cool. So we're going to keep doing these talks with members and as the season goes on, and hopefully after. And Amara, I want to say a special thanks to Amara, the Australian, for her super chats. Thank you so much. Anybody new to the channel, thank you. I know we got a few subs during the stream, so thank you so much for being here. And Unhype on Wednesday. Show is going to be out again on Thursday. I think we're streaming the after show on White Cloak, so that'll be fun. Well,
maybe it'll be on the right time. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe it'll be at 10. Maybe it'll be out at. How do I send you homemade Wheel of Time? My question is, do you have my? Hold on, real quick. Sorry, not to interrupt. Are you in my Discord, Sensei Matt? If not, I'm going to link it right now. You can put them in my Discord, or you can just friend me on Discord. Hopefully, you have a Discord. If you don't have a Discord, then I am also on Twitter /X to the 15th power, whatever it is. I'm on Twitter, X, whatever it's called, as well. I'll give you my @ for that too. So, or if all else fails, prophetofthedragon.com. Oh wait, no, prophetofthedragon.com is where my freaking merch is. prophetofthedragon@gmail.com. Sorry. So there's a few ways you can get me.
What I was saying was, how hard is it to have the episode file ready on the server and be setting it to upload at a server time?
That is crazy.
You're talking about Amazon. You're talking about Amazon.
To be fair, that was my job in the military, so maybe that's why I'm thinking about that.
I may know a couple things about what you're talking about. I'm just going to say that. And I think this is probably not on American soil. And there probably are things that are out there that maybe there are servers that are not set to the correct time zones with daytime, daylight savings time, all this. Who knows? But the fact is that I think what it says to you is that there is really nobody giving any shits about this show. Nobody cares. Could you imagine if this is a Rings of Power and then they told everybody it was going to come out and all the marketing material said September 1st and they're like, that's wrong. It's actually a day before. It's just shit show.
Well, that, and then how, it's like you set a time and a date, Thursday at 8, and then.
Yeah, but that's where the server thing should come in. It should be set to the same time every week.
Well, then some people got it. Like Arctis, we asked him, how did he get it? He said he just kept refreshing the page and he got it. It's like, so how did he get it? And the rest of us that were refreshing the page didn't. Like, who the hell messed that up?
I don't know why, but I am Canadian, so maybe that's a role. I don't know.
Oh, was it? I think your Arctis on?
No.
Oh, okay. You got it too. So so maybe it was Canada. I don't know. It's just weird. And I forgot. So Napoleon doesn't know who Shatter Haran is. Strap in, buddy. I know you're gonna love it. So, yeah. So thank you again, everybody. Thank you, Salty, Chris, Yanon, you guys always for being here, and become a member to have these chats. And we will. We don't see you sooner. We'll see you Wednesday at 8 Eastern for the Unhype prior to the show's next episode, episode 5 coming out. And check out everybody's channels here. Salty's got a video up, and we will catch you guys on the next one. And let me find We All Know and Love It. We got to get, here it comes.
Is it Trollic
TLM.
Love? Is it Trollic Love?
This stream is brought to you by... Have you ever been misunderstood? A puppy in a rage monster's body? Well, we here at Trollocs Lives Matter believe there is a human inside all of us, and
they were effectively genetically engineered war tools.
TLM, because even
nightmare fuel.